What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another Tottenham update. The transfer window is open. We signed anyone yet?
Let me check. No, we haven't.
New golf course, maybe?
Probably. Levy Land is under construction. Monopoly FC are up and running, but players, no.
All right, well, we've got a few things to get through. An update from Ali Gold and Dan Kilpatrick as well, talking about that Tottenham are expected, this one's from Ali Gold, Tottenham are expected to be in the market for a new right wing back in January, with Matt Doherty likely to get a chance to play regular football elsewhere. And Dan Kilpatrick has followed that up and says Conte is targeting a new right wing back during this month's transfer window. He believes Royale is one of the first players needed to upgrade on, which is interesting. You know, Royale has only been here since the summer, but what do you make out of those comments? Us in the market for a right wing back and Royale. Well, first of all, Doherty looking like to be moving out the door, but Royale as well seems as though Conte wants to upgrade on him.
So Doherty is obviously self-explanatory. Don't even really need to talk that much. It just has not worked one bit, unfortunately. But you do get this in football, and it's time to cut our losses and let him finish his career somewhere else and try and get regular team football. Royale, as we've said, he's got the makings and all the attributes of a Conte-style right wing back, but he's just not got the crossing ability. And what we do need, and we keep saying, is competition. And who knows, competition might get him into fifth gear and he might start performing better. But I didn't see that we needed it as upgrading before, because obviously you've got Tanganga who could move into that. But the more and more you look at Emerson, and the more his crossing and final delivery is not getting better, I can see where we're going with this.
Yeah, the thing is with Tanganga, I just can't see him being a viable option there. I mean, I think he's more of a centre-back than he is a wing-back, especially he can maybe be a right-back, but not a right wing-back like in a Conte system. I just can't see that. He looks way too uncomfortable there. So Tanganga's more of a centre-back for me.
Same.
So in terms of the right wing-back, who do we have? We've got Emerson and Doherty. Doherty seems like he's on his way out. Emerson, you know, I think yesterday's game really highlighted his crossing ability and stuff like that. So we definitely need someone else in there. And I've been saying it all season that with Doherty, I felt like we got rid of the better one in terms of Aurier and Doherty. So we definitely need to bring one in. And I've got a name for you as well, who we could be looking at bringing in. And that brings us to our next update. And this is, again, this has got a few publications here, so a few different updates on the same player. And Ali Gold says there has been talk on bringing in Adama Traore of Wolves, and reports have proposed the possibility of converting him into a right wing back as he enters the final 18 months of his contract. Sky Sports follow up and say Tottenham remain interested in signing Adama Traore this window, and John Percy of the Telegraph say that Tottenham and West Ham are weighing up moves for Adama, and an offer of around £20 million would be enough for Wolves to sanction the sale of Traore. What's your thoughts regarding this?
So first of all, one of the sources, Johnson's & Johnson's, because I'm sure they'd be very, very happy and intrigued by this move. Listen, we've said it before. If Conte wants him, I want him. He has got we're talking about Emerson with the attributes. This guy is a real nuisance. And one of the reasons I just want to get him is, I keep talking about, have you seen the commentary when he's playing in Europe and there's a Spanish commentator that does the Formula One car noise? I just want to hear that from Tottenham. Just go as he's going down the right wing. Listen, he terrifies defenders. And if we can get his final ball and accuracy and shot and just his final output improved, then there's a hell of a player there. Yeah. And he's such an imposing figure. To say he'll add a little bit more pace to the team would be an understatement. Yeah. So listen, he's not on my list, but if he's on Conte's list,
he's on your list.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think it would be a really good signing for us. I think the sheer aggression he has in his game, his build, his physicality, absolutely second to none in the Premier League. Yes, his end product can be worked on, like Emerson, to be fair. But I think that if anyone can grab it out of him, that's definitely Antonio Conte. You've seen he's already improved Lucas Moura's end product in the short space of time he's been here. I believe he will improve Emerson's as time goes on. And I think with if Adama can come in for 20 million, I think it's a great price.
Yeah, at that price, it's kind of like in the no-brainer department. In all honesty, people were beforehand, I think they were talking in August about 50, weren't they? 45, 50, yeah. And that was like, hell no. But 20 million, look, we paid 14 million for Rodon.
Yeah.
So for an extra 6 million to get someone the specimen of Adama with all the assets that he does have, and could have, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and he's also versatile as well, can play a few different positions, not just the right wing back. So, yeah, I mean, I would be definitely for this transfer. But let's move on. Fabrizio Romano has been talking about Hugo Lloris and the contract situation, and he says Tottenham are in talks with Hugo Lloris and are confident to extend his contract until June 2023. One more season, which has been approved by Antonio Conte, and Conte says he's top level. I'm sure in a short time, the club will find a solution with Lloris because he loves Tottenham. And look, I think this one is absolutely spot on. I've been banging on about it for a while that we need to get Lloris signed up for a new contract. There's not one goalkeeper that we can sign that is better than Hugo Lloris, so we have to tie him down. Yeah,
I'm completely with you on that one. I also think, do you know what, looking at it, it's probably the best goalkeeper Conte's worked with as well. They haven't been inside. Yes, he won the league. I'm not saying he hasn't got league winners, but the stature and the class of the incoming goalkeeper, to have him as the number one is probably beyond his wildest dreams. And we have to get this deal over the line and then seriously start looking for his replacement in the time that this contract is being utilised for. That's when we have to identify his replacement, because the goalkeeper is the one position you have to get nailed on right. So yeah, the contract is a no-brainer.
Yeah, completely agree. They're talking about a 1-year extension. Would you think about the possibility of maybe a 2-year?
Yep, that's exactly what I think. Well. 2 years. Listen, goalkeepers, as we know, play into their late 30s. And like Man U did with Van der Sar, keep using Van der Sar as that they took that time to scout De Gea, because anyone can have one good season. We know this. He can have one good season and the next season fall apart. I think he warrants a 2-year.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move on. The Mirror are reporting that Tottenham are set to be offered Isco in a January boost for Antonio Conte. First of all, would you want Isco still at Spurs? And second of all, how much truth do you think is behind these?
No and none. No and none. You know, this is one of those that have come up every single window. And it's because he's not doing his bits at Real Madrid. So why all of a sudden is he going to do his bits at Tottenham? This rumour, don't get me wrong, the first time these rumours came up, all day long. But I just feel this is the same old rumours, just going round and round and round and being regurgitated and put in different ways. So, no, I don't want him, and I don't think there's any truth behind it.
And fair enough. I mean, to be honest, I don't want him either. And maybe there is truth that he's going to be offered to us, but I don't think we're going to buy him.
Yep.
That's the case. But let's move on. And Fichajes.net, a publication out in Spain, are saying Tottenham manager Antonio Conte has requested the signing of Frankfurt midfielder Filip Kostic. He's a winger. He's predominantly played on the left-hand side. He can play equally on the right-hand side as well. His current market value as of transfermarket.net is £18 million, but that's because his contract is expiring in June 2023. He's played 16 games this season, grabbing himself 3 goals and 6 assists. I don't know much about him, is the honest truth. And we've been laughing about this off air because we both don't know much about him. But if Antonio Conte wants him,
yeah, exactly. If we want him, and it's so true, we started laughing because we don't even know if that's a picture of him. That's how much we don't know of him. We don't know if that is a picture of him. But what I will say, if he can play left and right midfield, we've been saying about how Son needs a rest and how we need competition. So if he can play left and right, there's more flexibility, there's more versatility. So again, as we said, if Conte wants him, we want him. And that's what we've really got to say about it. I know nothing about him.
Yeah, the thing is, I can't really see this being a goer. The guy's 29 years of age as well.
Oh, he's 29?
Yeah, so at that age...
No sell-on value.
Can you really see us signing him?
If it's down to Conte, yes. If it's down to Parasite, no.
Yeah, okay. Let's move on to the last news story that we've got for you, and this is from Record Sport, which is a Scottish publication, and they say Celtic have started talks with Tottenham over a permanent deal for Cameron Carter-Vickers. The deal will be worth around £6 million plus significant add-ons. And this is one I think we can all get behind. I think Cameron Carter-Vickers been on the Spurs books for a very long time now without showing much promise, let's be honest, definitely in the Premier League. And I think he's done well at Celtic. He's done really well at Celtic. They seem to really like him up there. So I think it's a match made in heaven, really.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it and think the whole time he's been at Tottenham, he's taken over £7 million in wages.
Wow, is that right?
That's how much he's... don't get me wrong, we're recouping money for the loan, so it's covering it or whatever. But he's not, I think, had a senior Premier League game for Spurs and he's earned £7 million. He must, as much as it's nice to sit down and get that, he must want first team football. It's obviously not going to work. Obviously, Conte wouldn't have had a look at him yet, so I don't think Conte will either. But yeah, it's time for him to move on, and he could do very well in Scotland. It's a huge club to go to. So
I mean, he's on loan there now,
yeah,
currently right now, and they love him up there.
Exactly. So I'm sure if the deal has legs on it, Cameron Carter-Vickers will probably try and push it through himself as well. Because how long can you stay just being in the reserves at Spurs or sent out on loan? So out of all the clubs he's been to, this is one where he probably thinks, right, this is where I want.
Yeah, completely agree. And we've all seen players like Virgil van Dijk. You know, he went to Celtic, and look how his career's turned. I'm not saying Cameron's going to be anything like Virgil van Dijk.
But no, in our luck, he probably will be.
I'm not saying that, but it's a place, Scotland, where you can make a platform for your career, because he needs that.
Big time. I mean, you look at managers like Stevie G. Stevie G could have done it in England, but he went to Rangers. It is a club that we all say the Scottish League is so poor because it's only two teams, but those two teams get so much coverage, and the eyes of the world look on those two so much that it's a great, like you said, it's a great place to develop himself and then maybe come back to the Premier League. Who knows? Yeah,
because you can see him like having a good few years at Celtic and then maybe going to like a mid-table to bottom half team in the Premier League and making a good career for himself.
Exactly. And he's going to want to try and play himself into the national team for America. World Cup's coming up and everything. So if he does go, I wish him all the best. And it could be a very positive move for him.
All right, well, that is our Tottenham update. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any thoughts regarding any of the news stories we've brought to you today. Thanks for joining. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always,
Come on, you Spurs.